We're going to do another quick video just on solenoid change. So this is your start solenoid. So what happens with your start solenoid is, we're going to pull this back a bit. There we go. When one of these goes to your battery. So this here, if I pull this cord out, this goes to your battery. And this wire here off the start solenoid goes right to your starter. So what happens is, this goes up to your start button. So when you touch your start button, what it does is it puts power from the battery through your start solenoid all the way to your starter. So if this solenoid is done, if the switch inside here is done, basically what will happen is you're going to hear click, 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 click every time you try to start your bike. So I'm just going to do a real quick video on how to change this. It's very easy. You'll need just a socket with a 10 mil socket on it, or a ratchet, I'm sorry, with a 10 mil socket. So we're going to go ahead and pull this one off. What I like to do is when I'm removing something like this, I like to do it wire for wire. And the reason I do that is, if you go wire for wire, you can't mess any wires up. So we took off, if you notice, we put our new one in, we took off the right side. That's another thing, is always recommend you use the new nut. Don't keep your old nuts. So we'll put this one on. This is the one that goes to the starter. It's on the right hand side. Go ahead and put our nut on. We'll tighten that up. We'll also slide this cover forward. I'll explain this cover a little better in a second, but we want to keep that over the top of that. So now we're going to go back to our old one. We're going to pull our battery side off. This solenoid, you can see, is damaged. It's bent here, so we're just going to toss it in the trash. But I'm going to leave it hanging for now because the plug-in's still up there. So we're just going to put it here for now. We're going to come to our battery side, and we're going to put it on. Oh, of course I dropped the nut. Okay, tighten that up. Okay, and again, we'll make sure our cover is on here, like that. And then we can go up to our plug. The reason I do it like this is because I like to make sure that everything is in the right place all the time. So this one, you see, is damaged, so we're just going to toss it out here. And we're going to get our new one, and we're going to plug it in. Okay, so now you're going to see these 2 points here. You notice that I left the rubbers on them, and I was very careful about putting the rubbers on them. What happens is if this turns and these 2 points are out like this, and you're driving or anything at all, and it touches 2 pieces of metal with them 2 nuts, it's going to kick your starter on. So you don't want to do that. You've basically crossed your solenoid, and you've put power through your solenoid to your starter, and this can happen when you're driving. It'll also, it's a big issue if it's sitting against something like that, against your frame, and you're trying to shut your bike off and your bike won't shut off. That's another issue it'll cause. But if you notice, there's a rubber thing on here, and what that rubber thing is so that when you're done, you can mount it back on your bike. You just push it down on the rubber and it'll hold it in place. And then make sure your covers are on again, so that these 2 points don't touch or get touched. All right, so that's our solenoid change video. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and leave your comments below.